Hello there everyone, Battlefield 6 is out. I hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I am. Battlefield is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I thought it'd be really fun to try to recreate a couple of the new maps in LEGO form, so that's what we are going to do today. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is look into my third-party bin here, see what we can find, and build some minifigures. First up, we have Pax Armada, and we have a couple different classes. You can see support and recon in there as well. Here is some NATO minifigures and engineer, recon, and support, and assault, of course. And I think these minifigures will have to do, but for now we'll have to put them aside because it's time to get building. First map we're going to build is Iberian Offensive. This map was in the beta and it kind of is a Mediterranean type build. So first thing we're going to do is build the outline of the buildings. We're going to be using some different colors here to hopefully replicate that Mediterranean feel. For the white portion of the wall, I'm going to be using some small detail pieces and inverted slopes to create some battle damaged areas. I think that'll be a nice little area for troopers to peek in and around the corners to fight the enemies that'll be on the street. A lot of progress here. I've extended the building upwards using some tan and white pieces and also some dark green on the windows, which I think looks pretty cool. I've also added in this other battle damaged area because it's Battlefield, so much destruction in all the maps, especially Battlefield 6, so I thought this would fit in. I've also extended the building outwards even more, and you'll see what I'm going to do in that section here in a little bit. Next, I'm going to work on the road here, nothing too complex, just a simple stone path. And I've also got some kind of battle damage area spilling out from the building. Here are some flowers. I think that'll add a nice little touch of color to the build and also have a nice little area for troopers to take cover behind here on the street when the battle actually starts. I've also added some splintered wood sections right here, even using some broken reddish brown pieces. You guys know the struggle. Next, we're going to work on the roof here. Just kind of making a border around the top, so then there's some spots for troops to take cover behind and kind of peek down on the enemies, especially for the recon class. I'm also going to start tiling off the roof using some wooden planks. I think that'll look pretty good as well, kind of matching the other building that I have going on the right side over there. But now, of course, I'm out of reddish brown. That seems to always happen while building, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to dark brown. I think that'll also look pretty nice. And here we go, guys. The mock is pretty much looking complete. Time to put on some minifigures. But before the minifigures, let's add in a sandbag so they have something to take cover behind, as well as a crate right here. Let's add in some RPGs. And here goes our support class right here, getting a nice defensive position. Another sandbag down here on the street. And our NATO recon class, of course, up on top. The mock is complete, and now the match can begin. We have the Pax Armada forces defending this building up top here, their support class and recon providing cover fire, as we have NATO on the opposite side here trying to rush forward and take that position up top, which will be a tough task for sure. And we have recon down there sniping, providing some covering fire for his boys who are down there below. On the street, we have absolute classic Battlefield chaos here with some melee combat, as well as the NATO support class trying to provide some cover fire as the NATO forces push up. And we have Pax Armada here kind of defending the objective to the last man. They're taking some casualties, but they've got some good defensive positions right here up alongside the building, and I'm sure they have a couple of guys camping inside of the building waiting for NATO to come in, and they'll blast them away with their shotguns. Alright guys, get your sniper rifles out because for this next mock, we're headed to Liberation Peak. First off, we're going to lay the base plates down here to get an idea of how big the mock's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and build a wall right here first. This is kind of going to be a rocky masonry type wall that's going to outline a building which will go in the center, using lots of masonry pieces, lots of small plates, as well as studs to kind of get that damaged feel and look across in this mock. Going ahead and finishing the backside as well, you can see how this is going to wrap around kind of in a rectangular shape. And here we go. Here is what the wall looks like complete and all together. You can see I've got some different areas for troops to peek behind and kind of have some nice defensive positions. And now we're going to work on the inner part of the wall. This is actually going to be the outline of the building. This is pretty much using the same design, same techniques, just using light bluish gray instead of dark bluish gray. Next up, we've got a damaged roof and also a studs on top reddish brown floor. For the terrain, I decided to go with olive green, and I wanted to also mix in a couple of snow mounds since we are up on a peak. So I'm just kind of putting in a couple of 1x2 and 1x1 olive green plates and adding in some different sloped pieces for the snow and some different rock pieces with those cheese slopes, as you can see right there. And I think the snow mounds really help break up so this whole thing isn't just a gray blob. The olive green helps with that as well. Let's add some Minecraft-like birch trees. So to do that, I've got a brick with studs on all sides, and I put the plates kind of all around. I use these pieces, these clips right here, to make the branches and have them move. and these really nice dark green leaf pieces I think will add some nice color to the mock as well. With the trees added, the mock is pretty much complete here. Here's what we're looking like. I've got the terrain built up all the way around the mock as well, and there's a couple of those snow mounds and a couple of little rock piles as well, and I think the mock is looking pretty good. And it's time to put on some minifigures. This is Liberation Peak, so let's go ahead and place our pesky recon, and then here is a crate of weapons. The mock is complete, and we have NATO defending the building as the Pax Armada forces are trying to surround them on all sides. Here's a closer look of the action. We have a support class over here who's trying to hold the flank from the invading forces. Up here we have some close quarters, hand-to-hand combat going on, and here's Recon, who was all too happy to be playing his favorite map in the game. Down over here we have a medic who's trying to revive one of his fallen down teammates, something I recommend to all players. If you are a medic and I catch you on the battlefield running past me, I'm going to put C4 on your Jeep and send you sky high. And we have the weapons crate back there, and we have some guys who are trying to hold the backside of the building, as we have Pax Armada who have taken out this poor guy right here and are getting ready to push inside. Let me know your thoughts on this mock as well as the previous one, and also in the comments let me know your favorite class. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you want to see more Battlefield videos, leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield, and always remember, play the objective.